Rowena, you'll start.
Are we on? Good morning.
Good morning!
Good morning, everyone.
So we thought we would get together with Tristan here. He's a warrior from 2016. We've got Thomas here. He's a warrior currently. We've got Big Boss Guru Rudy. Everybody knows who Rudy is. He doesn't need any introduction. And then we've got Kimi, also warrior from 2016, and she's currently working at Warriors. So welcome, everybody.
Thanks.
Nice.
Alrighty, so a couple of the questions that we wanted to cover that a lot of people are asking us about is why take a gap year? And never mind why take a gap year, we can all come up with really, really good reasons why too. But I think the main reason or the main question now is why take a gap year during these very uncertain times specifically? And I'd love to know if you guys have some thoughts there.
Well, I think the first thing that I would like to put in is with the Warriors Academy, we have an incredible location. Up in the mountains in Magubuskloof, we really have had a lot of freedom, more than most during these times of COVID. When everything has been happening, we've still been able to run and cycle, do our workouts and keep our mental and emotional fitness up there, which has been a very big thing for a lot of our mental health here on the farm, a lot of the students and the staff, which is a very big bonus for us with our location.
Yes, definitely. During our first break, right when lockdown hit and we were on level 5, all of the students went back home, but I stayed back because my home's back in the Netherlands, so that wasn't too easy. And all of them, they were just at home for 5 weeks doing nothing, and I was here running around, doing games, having fun, because there's so much space here that's just ours. We didn't even need to leave the property to have fun.
Yeah, and I'm not here at Warriors at the moment, but I was stuck at home for the last 5 months during lockdown, and I just felt the need, and because I just remember how good my experience was here at Warriors Academy, that I just needed to get out, get onto the farm, and yeah, it's been amazing just having the sense of freedom once again.
Just for those who don't know, the Warriors Base Camp is located in Limpopo Province, which is the northern part of South Africa, specifically talking to those guys that are internationals. It is an absolutely fantastic, beautiful area of the country. Our backyard and our playgrounds are full of rivers and mountains and lots and lots of animals. So we are literally an hour away from the Kruger National Park. So it truly is a magnificent and beautiful area that we are in.
A lot of people, exactly like you guys say, we've got the location, so a lot of people are sitting with a lot of uncertainty with these uncertain times, with COVID hitting the whole world. And people their lives have been messed up. They've been stuck at home. They've been stuck inside. They don't know where to go to from here. I think maybe even a lot of people in their final year of school have messed up. People's university degrees have been messed up. Maybe a lot of people have been thinking, shucks, am I in the right place? Am I doing the right thing? And Warriors Academy, I think, is a beautiful environment to kind of rediscover yourself again and get your lust for life back, because I think everyone's hit a little bit of a dip, a little bit of a low, become unhealthy, become unfit, become depressed, and the things we do at Warriors very much uplifts the mental, obviously the physical, and very much the emotional as well. So yeah, during these times, I mean, if you're shopping for a gap year, I think gap years are going to be filling up very, very quickly, especially during these times. So if I were you, I'd make sure that I get a proper gap year lined up.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're actually quite excited because next year is already booked quite a bit. So we don't have that many spaces left for next year. It seems to be doing pretty well.
Yes.
And we are super excited for the 2021. Hopefully we don't have all these curveballs that have been thrown at us in 2020. So yes, anyway, if there's anybody out there that's got any questions, somebody that's following us got any questions, any comments they want to make, some of the old warriors, some of the experience, If there's something coming up for you or something you want to say, we are following you here on the computer. So if there's something coming up, let us know and we'll be happy to answer some of those questions. I think the idea with this session is to be a bit of an open session to answer and to respond to any questions that we've had so far.
Absolutely. Also with the COVID so far that has happened this year, if we look back on our entire structure of our program so far this year, absolutely nothing has been affected except for one thing, which was our international travel to Mozambique, obviously with international borders being closed, whereas our entire program has managed to stay the same. We've managed to put in more workshops and actually more activities, which has been a big bonus for us on our side, for the students, for their mental and physical and emotional health. It's been a good year so far.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. As a student, when lockdown hit, I was kind of, will Warriors still be as fun, and will I get all the opportunities that I was going to get? And of course, I'm not sure how the other years were because I wasn't there, but so far it has been absolutely amazing. We've done so many awesome things that I would have never thought I would ever do. And sure, maybe it was more difficult to get it all together with COVID, but for me as a student, I didn't notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it just shows the versatility of the program and the fact that Rudy and Rowena have been doing this for so long, and the fact that they only missed out on one little trip which was out of their control due to the government regulations just shows the versatility of the Warriors Academy, still being able to do everything that they set out, except for that just one little thing. Yeah.
I think something I would like to mention as well is that on the Warriors program, the Warriors Academy program we're running, we are a bit on the road. So we're traveling quite a bit. We are visiting all the provinces as well as Mozambique and Swaziland. So our program is not just focused staying here in base camp in Limpopo. We're really traveling the whole country and doing a range of different activities out there. Very much focused on personal growth. I think that's really the mission of the whole Warriors program, is that personal development and personal growth. Don't know how you guys want to respond on that.
Yeah, in terms of personal growth, like Rudy said, what the Warriors Academy has done for me is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Actually, growing up as an only child on a farm, I wasn't exactly the most outgoing or extroverted, and I struggled to talk to people and get out there. And with the Warriors Academy, just getting to know all these people and meeting new people and going out into places, like, you're kind of forced into it, but that forced me to grow, and I'm so thankful for it because, like, one of the things that we did was we went sailing in Durban. We did a week of a yacht hand course, and thanks to that, once I finished my Warriors gap year, I went and furthered my sailing experience. I went and got my day skippers, and I then learned that there's actually this massive industry out there, and it just sounded like my cup of tea. And I went out and I did it, and I've been working in the industry ever since. And that would not have been possible. I wouldn't have landed one of the jobs that I got at all without the personal development that I gained at the Warriors Academy, because I would have just been in my little shell. I would have kept to myself. I wouldn't have gone out and met new people and introduced myself. It would not have happened, just full stop, period. And yeah, it's just thanks to the Warriors Academy that I was able to get out there, put myself out there, and I was able to have this amazing life experience so far. And yeah, as I said, that would not have been possible before.
Yeah, for me, Warriors definitely changed me completely. When I came here, I was a city boy from the Netherlands, where everything's flat.
And then when he got here, he rolled in.
Yes, I rolled in. I could float very well. I was round, I had long hair down to here. And you kind of threw me off.
Sorry about that.
And Netherlands is flat. And I was a city boy, so I never did anything. The most exercise I would get is like cycling to the bar or something, and that was pretty much it. But then I came here, and within the first week, my life was already changed. And then over the past 6 months, the rest of my body and my mind kind of caught up with me. And now I'm a fit guy. I like exercise. Like I get up in the morning and then I hear we're doing a run. I'm like, oh yes, running, or oh cycle today. Nice. I still really appreciate lying in bed and watching Netflix, of course, but I cannot see myself not doing exercise anymore. And also mentally, it's completely different. When I came here, I only knew what I didn't want and what I didn't like and everything negative. And now that stuff just doesn't come up anymore. It's all good vibes and positive energy.
Just on that point, Thomas comes from a family in the Netherlands whose his brother was at Warriors last year, and his sister is coming next year.
Yes.
Already signed up for next year. So we've got a whole family history, and he's
3 of my cousins.
and 3 of your cousins
Yes, as well.
was the Warriors as well. So we have built this bond with this Netherlands families over the years. They've become part of the family here.
Mhm.
And if we are talking about one of the things for me that makes the Warriors Academy stand out is a lot of gap years offer many different things. However, the thing for me is Warriors Academy focuses on your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical. Throughout the whole year, we have personal coding from Rudy. We have Toltec workshops that are combined in the program itself, where you really learn to discover who you are, what you stand for, what you don't like, and what you want to change. On top of that, there's this next level connection that you get where you bring a whole bunch of strangers into a room and they live together, they stay together, we're surrounded by each other 24/7. But the bond that you get, I mean, Tristan and I were on our gap year 4 years ago, and I'm still friends with him. I still keep in contact with a lot of my people. They become your family. When you bond together with the emotional, you become vulnerable. You're running together, you physically pushing yourself. When you're sitting in a workshop, you're emotionally and mentally encouraging each other. You're never alone when you're at Warriors. And for me, I grew up on the road a lot. I moved around quite a few different countries, and Warriors Academy is probably the place that if I had to say where I come from, this is where I come from, this is my home. Once I did my gap year, I went off and I studied chefing, and it just never felt the same. Once you've catch on to what they have here, you never want to let it go. And we get students coming back from 10 years ago that have done Warriors Academy that still keep in touch with Rudy, that still keep in touch with Rowena. I think it's the next year where we've got a warrior from the first year that's coming through and sending their children even.
Yeah, we're almost at the point where we've got the second generation Warriors. Next year will be year number 18 for us, and we are super excited. And often some of our old Warriors come back with their kiddies and their bambinos on their shoulders. They come and show their kids what they've done here at Warriors. And Thomas will do that as well. I believe he's getting married next year.
Yes. I need to find a girl and then.
Then you're going to get married.
Yes, I'll get married and then have children, and in 18 years I'll be back.
Come get married here, Rudy can marry.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
Well, Kim wasn't joking when she said Rudy can marry you.
No, I wasn't.
He's actually married off a couple of past Warriors already from many years ago, and a few more in the pipeline. So that's the family we've become, that you get your second dad to marry you off. And that's pretty cool. That's family.
So we kind of had the structure of what we wanted this talk to be like, and it's kind of we're dwindling off a little bit, and that's also fine. I think that's all fine. I think the next point we want to quickly talk about, Rowena, if I've got it right, is the accreditedness of Warriors Academy.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different options out there for gap year, and I'm sure those of you that are shopping around for a gap year have seen so many things. You know, you can go volunteer pretty much anywhere in the world and make a difference. You can go backpack Europe or South America and see the world. You can have little piece jobs and, you know, carry on as you go. Or some people think a gap year is sitting on your parents' couch and eating their food and just watching Netflix the whole time. I guess that can also be a gap year. But in our opinion, if you are taking a gap year, if you are taking a year out, it's to better yourself. You're taking a year out from everyone else and everything else, and you're concentrating what's happening here in your heart, in your head, in your body. So whatever you shop for, make sure it's structured. Make sure that you do something that's structured and that's accredited and that is known not just in the country where you go to, but internationally. And Warriors Academy is obviously a good example of that. We accredited, and we're accredited with the Gap Association of America, and our programs that we run are internationally recognized.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you wanted to say
Yeah,
something
like-
about the...
like-
I think I want to just add there something. Sorry, Tristan, I'm interrupting you. And I want to say this specifically for the international guys, the guys that are coming from far away. Don't underestimate the value of time spent in South Africa. South Africa is a wonderful country. It is an unbelievable country with the most amazing scenery and the most amazing. So don't fall for all the negative stuff that you hear. I mean, there's Thomas. You can certainly vouch for that.
Yes.
What a beautiful country South Africa is for the international guys. Those guys who's never been here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I've been on holiday to like foreign countries and stuff, but here at Warriors, I truly got to know South Africa and what it is and what it's all about and what it has to offer. And man, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful, and the people and the culture and nature and everything. I mean, I haven't been everywhere, but I don't think you get anything like this anywhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think Rowena touched on just if I had spent my gap year sitting at home, I wouldn't have discovered my passion for being out on the water and sailing and, you know, doing those things. I wouldn't have got the qualifications, and that obviously comes with an accredited program, and it's all these things that bring you so much value. I mean, the amount of qualifications and certifications that we actually gained that will help you in life, like just one off the top of my head, the first aid, basic first aid. Like, you have no idea when things like that could come in handy. In my case, I obviously loved the sailing. We did scuba diving, which could easily become a career as well. And yeah,
It has become a career.
it has for actually
Simani, yeah.
Simani was in our year as well. He's actually just finished his final instructor's exam yesterday and passed.
Congrats, sir.
Hey.
So yeah, like, and this is like Rose said, you could just spend a year traveling, but that costs a lot of money. And if I just spent a year traveling, I probably would have just done it alone, you know, and I wouldn't have really been forced to push myself and grow. And yeah, all those things just comes with the value that Warriors Academy provides.
And I also think the value that Warriors Academy adds is in the structure. There's actually a real program that you're doing. I tried a gap year before I went off to college. College didn't work, so I came here. But before college, I had a gap year where I was going to do a lot of things. And then eventually I did nothing. I just sat on the couch. And I know a lot of stories about people that were going to do a lot of things in their gap year and eventually just didn't do anything. Even the people that went traveling, they travel, but they just sit in their backpackers and maybe they go to the beach here and there, but they don't really experience. And Warriors, there's so many activities and things that you do and get to experience and learn that you wouldn't get if you just go off on your own.
Absolutely. And I also think that one of the things that really stood out for me when I was in the chefing industry, all the lessons that we learn at Warriors, if it's in a workshop or a personal coaching session that we have with Rudy or a conversation that we share around the fire, everything when it goes towards the year kind of just starts blending together, and there's a structure and a flow where towards the end of the year you just start thinking, oh, I remember what that happened at the beginning of the year and now we can use it. Where everything just blends together so perfectly in the structure itself. It's just this one ride that is always fun and up there. Hello.
We're just doing a quick live. We'll be with you in a second.
Should we introduce him to the live?
Oh, so you know about it? How's it? Rowena, do you want to introduce?
Yes.
How's it, man? I'm Devin.
Thomas, Devin.
How's it? I'm Devin.
Hello. How are you? Good, how are you? Have a seat there.
Okay, Mr. Devin.
Sorry for the interruption. Thank you very
No
much.
worries.
Good to see everybody.
We're about to finish off and wrap it up.
Yes.
Thomas, I don't know if you can spot if there's any questions that we need to answer while you have a look-see at that. Devin was a warrior in 2016 with Kim and with Tristan. And yeah, he's actually just come up for a quick visit because that's what family does. They pop in and they come visit.
Yeah, that's it. Any opportunity I could have. So obviously with the lockdown, I'm not really working like I usually do, coaching soccer. So I thought, what better time than now to come make a visit. When Tristan was here, I saw a video actually he sent me of the cabins of our room, water too. And sure, it brought back so many memories and my heart was just drawn here.
And then he got in his car and he's getting.
Yeah, that was yesterday and I'm sitting here now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful to see the old warriors. You see, they come back and they come and visit us again. It's wonderful to have you here. And welcome back here.
Thanks, Rudy.
Good to see
Yeah,
you. I haven't
good to
seen
be
you
here.
for a while.
Yeah.
So, Rowena, I just want to say this quickly before we wrap up. I want to make sure that everybody understands that the focus of Warriors is not all the activities. The activities are all tools of the trade. The focus of Warriors really is about that emotional growth. For us, we are very, very passionate about the idea that all your success in life and where you're going to go, all your happiness in life is based upon this foundation of emotional fitness or emotional grit, if we're going to call it. The ability to deal with whatever life throws at you. And that is really the core and the focus of Warriors. All the other stuff, wonderful stuff, and yes, we have to go a holistic approach to everything, and we do some amazing stuff, but the emotional growth is really the heart and the focus of what we do here.
Ro, I just saw a question. Someone wants to know what the youngest age is that someone can join Warriors Academy.
Well, the youngest we've had over the last 17 years is 15. But the average age of our students ranges about between 17 and 23. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Yes, that's, again, every application gets looked at individually and it depends on where the person is. There isn't a specific age group, but normally most of our applicants are just after school, maybe a year or two after school, maybe a year or two at varsity. It's about where our age groups are.
That time when you're confused in life.
Yes.
That time where you are really confused.
This is the place to come.
One more question
Someone
as
just
well.
asked what they think the difference is that Warriors Academy has made in our lives. I think we've answered that pretty thoroughly already. As I said, undoubtedly life-changing. Would not have had the knowledge of the industry that I'm currently in without the Warriors Academy. And yeah, it's just brought so many opportunities for me, and I've gone and seen the world and got paid for it. And it's just mind-blowing to me.
Score.
Yeah, I mean, my thing, I thought I was going to go to university, 5 years, get a mechanical engineering degree, and, I would have been stuck in an office, which I've really just cemented the fact that is definitely not for me, and it's not for everyone. And so if you are worried about seeing that as your future, I think Warriors Academy is definitely the place to come and find out for yourself, to see what you're really passionate about, because you have so many opportunities to find so many things. And yeah, I can't praise
I
it
think
enough.
if I can also just add quickly that everybody's got that like hero in them, if you know what I mean. You've got that natural, the will to be good and to do what you need to do, but sometimes it's not so easy to find that within yourself. That's definitely what I found here, where I feel like I already knew what I wanted and what I needed to do, but I never put that into action, into reality, and that's what Warriors helped me do, is put everything turn dreams into reality, literally.
I love that. I really love that. Finding the hero within, you know. We are all superhuman beings in our own right. We just need to discover that superhumanness within our own right. And once we discover it, then we can start go living it. It's quite amazing what a great joy life is. You know, our slogan at Warriors is for the adventure of being alive. And life truly is an adventure. And we would like to invite all of you, anybody out there, doesn't matter where you are, give us a call, come and see us, come and visit us, come and spend some time here and see what it's all about. We'd love to meet you guys.
Awesome.
Check them out, they're cool guys.
We are cool guys. We are really cool. A little bit old sometimes, but we are cool.
Alrighty, should we wrap it up?
There's one last question.
Oh yeah.
The value between going to Warriors and going to university.
Oh, that's a very, very good question.
I think-
I can answer.
Go for it. Go for it.
I went to both. I did it backwards. I went to university after Warriors, which was very silly looking back at it, because I knew what I wanted to do. I just thought I'll quickly get this 5-year degree, and then I'll just go do the sailing that I discovered during Warriors Academy. And I remember within 2 weeks I was already messaging my fellow Warriors and being like, the university thing is not for me. And you know, it may be for some of you, like it's not. I'm not saying university is wrong or it's not the thing to do. It's just Warriors Academy allowed me to realize that it just really wasn't what I was put on this planet to do and what was actually meant for me. And so yeah, as I've said probably 3 times now, without the Warriors Academy, I wouldn't have been where I am today, no doubt.
Yeah, no, I did it the other way around from Tristan. I tried university first, twice actually. First time it didn't work out, but I was sure that the second time it would, and of course it didn't. And here at Warriors I found out that that's just not for me. I need to be out there doing stuff, and whatever I do I want to see that it has an impact and it has a result, instead of doing university and writing 50 essays just because you have to, not because it will help anyone.
Yeah.
So now I'll go back home, and I definitely won't go to university. I'll just get out there in the real world, get to work, and start making a difference.
Awesome.
If I can add on to that, I think the question is, would it be better to go to university or to Warriors? Is that what the question was? What was the
Yeah.
question?
The value
Or the
compared.
value comparing. I think what I would like to say is that if you plan to go to university, doing a proper structured, well-developed gap year, such as the Warriors Academy gap year, will serve you really well when you decide to go to Warriors, to the university. We've had many students here, and I can call them by name, who has told me that if it wasn't for the Warriors program, if it wasn't for their time at Warriors, they would not have been able to succeed at university. The emotional growth that you develop here will give you the tools to go out there and go and study and actually finish your course. In South Africa, we're sitting with a situation that more than 40% drop out of university within the first year. And so it goes on to second year, third year. Very few people actually finish their degree when they go to university. Warriors will give you that emotional strength and emotional fitness to deal with the challenges when you do go to university. And I don't know if that answers the question. I hope it does.
And I think, I don't know if value meant monetary value, but every couple of years we do a price comparison between a year at university versus a year at Warriors, and
Yep.
it pretty much comes down to exactly the same amount. I think when people think about university, they think the price of your course. They forget the books, they forget accommodation, they forget the transport, they forget your food.
Yep.
And all those things, and we actually did a comparison a couple of weeks ago, and it's pretty much exactly the same. A year at university costs you the same as a year at Warriors.
I think if I to add on to that, and I know that most of the parents out there and most of the Warriors has been here will agree with us, that one of the best investments you can make in your future, one of the best investments into your future will be to do something like Warriors Academy Gap Year. It prepares you for whatever you plan to do out there. It's not just a gap year of having a bunch of fun. It really is a year of personal growth on emotional level. We are seriously passionate about that whole idea.
We are.
Yep.
And you will have a lot of fun along the way.
Guaranteed. There's two main rules here. Yeah, two main rules. Have fun. And number two, do not screw up rule number one. Hey?
Exactly.
Yeah, we all know that.
Awesome.
Anyway, is that it?
That's
I
it.
think that's it.
Thanks,
think that's
guys.
it.
Guys, thank you very much. It was
Thank
great
you very
chatting.
much.
Bye.